In this video, we're going to talk about the best gifts to get a pilot.
That's like autopilot, dude.
How do you fly a helicopter? Well, I'm going to show you.
Now, this is for both airplane pilots and helicopter pilots. A link to everything we talk about will be in the description below. If you find yourself enjoying it, smash the like button and let's get into it. The first thing we're going to look at is some shoes. So when I was first getting into aviation, I didn't know what type of shoes I needed. What I have found is as a pilot, you really want some thin shoes. You want to be able to feel what's happening. If you're flying airplanes, you want to feel the rudders and the brakes. If you're flying helicopters, you really need to feel those pedals. So the thinner the shoe, the better. So I found these on Amazon, not too expensive. What you'll see here is it's just like a really thin soled shoe. That way you can feel everything. In the summer, in good weather, I mean, these seem quite breathable. I don't actually have these, but they seem really nice. So this is like a really good summer light breathable shoe for a pilot. And then on the other hand, I live in the Northeast and we get quite a bit of snow. It's very cold, and I mean a lot of the country gets really cold, so you're going to want something to be able to fly with in those cold weather months. Here are these winter boots. Now these are also light and breathable, and I actually have these and I really like them. Now they are a little bit on the pricier side, like 110 bucks here, but what you'll see here is like they're practical because like they're waterproof. These are Columbia, yeah, waterproof, but also breathable. But once again, they maintain that flat bottom so that you can feel what's happening. What you don't want is kind of something like this, you know, it's really difficult to fly in that or something like this, like those really big proper snow boots. These you can walk out to the aircraft, you can do your pre-flight, your feet are gonna stay warm, they're waterproof, but then you can still fly in them. And you know, they're really thin, they're not really wide shoes either, so they fit the profile of your foot really well. So I really like these for snow, cold weather, winter operations. All right, so the next one is a classic. Every pilot needs one of these. This is a Kneeboard. A Kneeboard, for anyone that doesn't know, is this literally just wraps around your leg, and it's where it's like a scratch pad. You can clip documents and things you need while you're flying. So a classic Kneeboard. This one is from Flyboys. This is like the most generic. This is like the best. This is what I have too. If you were gonna get someone in the Kneeboard, things to also get them is a small little notepad. So I don't know if there's maybe underneath it. I don't know. You're going to need to get them like a small notepad. You can probably get it from Office Max or something. Also get them some pens so they can write stuff. But a Kneeboard is a no-brainer. Get a pilot this if they don't already have it. The next one, super important, sunglasses. Sunglasses are really important, obviously, in aviation. What's really important, there's two things. The first thing is you're going to want to get them non-polarized sunglasses. When you're looking at the screens within the cockpit, everything is becoming more advanced and digital now. And if you have polarized sunglasses, you can't see those screens very well. It's really a detriment to flying. So get non-polarized sunglasses. The other thing you're going to want to do is the straps where they wrap around your ears, I don't know, the frames, you want those thin, because when we are wearing our headset, if those frames are too big, it really kind of hurts. So get something thin. That's what makes aviators so good. Like that's why they're called aviators. So these I just found, I think they're men and women, but what you'll see on the side is pretty thin, so the headset won't hurt and it's not going to cause too much pain. 20 bucks, you know, not a bad price, non-polarized. So, and I'm kind of a believer in more cheap sunglasses than like one really expensive pair of sunglasses, because I'm just more prone to losing them. So I like those cheaper ones, but these are a really decent pair of sunglasses and they look nice. We're kind of getting into like a more specific realm. If you're shopping for a new pilot and they don't already have a headset, you can get them a headset. Now, aviation headsets are by their nature very expensive. The best top of the line headset that you can get a pilot is the Bose A20s. Like I said, top of the line, really good ear protection, hearing protection. So we'll pull these up. Bose A20s, like these are literally the best of the best, but you can obviously see quite expensive. Now, if you are shopping for a helicopter pilot, this is really important. You need the U174 plug. It is a different style connector into the aircraft. Helicopters use the U174 pin. Airplanes use what's called a 2-pin connector. Let's see if there's a picture. I don't know. Everything else that we'll talk about is a 2-pin general aviation connector. So if you're shopping for a helicopter pilot, get the U174 plug. And then the other thing to consider is if you are gonna buy someone the Bose A20s, get them the right plug. But also, I would recommend getting them the Bluetooth style, because the non-Bluetooth one, it's pretty much the same price, maybe $100 difference, $199 versus, yeah, I mean, pretty much the same price. Get them the Bluetooth. That way they can connect to their phone. They can listen to music, which we do sometimes during certain flights, but also they can make phone calls, which I use way more than I thought I would. So if you're already spending the money, get them the Bluetooth version. Now, a little bit more affordable options are the Lightspeed Zulus. These are they do the exact same thing, just a really good headset. Still quite expensive, a couple $100s off. These are the U174 for helicopters. Airplanes are different, like we said. These have active noise canceling, and the biggest difference between the more expensive ones versus the cheaper ones is the active noise canceling. It just cancels out the noise. It works really good, and it really makes everything a lot more quiet. You can focus on your training a lot better. It's really worth having, but it is expensive. So the Lightspeed Zulus are really good. I think the Bose are a little bit better. The Bose A20s are a little bit better, but the Lightspeed Zulus are a good option. And the final aviation headset that we'll talk about is this Core aviation headset. Now, it's not active noise canceling, and you can see it's significantly more affordable, still quite expensive. But this headset, you know, it's got 1,200 reviews, and they all seem to be pretty good. I've never used it, but what I like about this one is it looks pretty comfortable. And the biggest thing is you can see it's got this flexible boom on the microphone. What you'll see on some aviation headsets is, let me pull up like this one, this metal arm thing, that just seems to be a little bit annoying, and it's a little bit uncomfortable, and I would just prefer that flexible boom. So this seems like a great option. Now, here's that 2-pin connector. That's the general aviation airplane connector. If you can only find this connector, you'll have to find an adapter. So this is like really getting into the weeds, but you're gonna have to find a GA, general aviation 2-pin adapter to a U174 plug. So a little bit of search there, but these are a great option, definitely more affordable. All right, now moving on from headsets, the next thing you're gonna wanna think about, now this is really helicopter pilot specific, is gloves. Helicopter pilots, some like to fly with gloves. I like to fly with gloves sometimes. And if you are going to fly with gloves, you're gonna wanna get something that allows the fingertips to be exposed. The reason is so you can touch your phone. If you have an iPad, you can touch your iPad, and you can touch all the screens in the cockpit. Now, this is really a lot less common for airplane pilots, but as a helicopter pilot, I really appreciate having gloves. It allows me to feel the controls. I just liked having gloves. So if you're looking for a good glove option, these mechanics gloves are, you know, they're really the best you can get. So another type of glove that you can consider getting for a pilot is some good winter gloves. Now, these are just like, you know, thin winter gloves. Everyone knows what these are. Just something to keep the wind off while you're doing your pre-flight, while in the mornings when the cockpit is really cold and the controls are all really cold. It's nice to just like have a thin glove like this. Get something that works with touchscreens so they can still interact with all the controls and the screens in the aircraft while they're wearing the gloves, but this is just like another good winter option, present gift. All right, the next thing is a good flashlight. Flashlights are super important for pre-flight, for inspecting things. You want something kind of thin and small. You can see this is just like a really small, thin flashlight. Not that much to add to it, you know. This one's got a clip, so you can clip it to your hat or clip it inside your bag, whatever. Just a really good small flashlight is super crucial for any pilot. Moving on to something a little bit more practical but also more expensive is a GoPro. GoPros are a really great training resource. While you're spending all this money going through flight school, learning how to become a pilot, it's really great to have a GoPro, a camera, to record your flights, because, you know, as you're flying, it's very stressful. There's a lot going on. Some things go in one ear and out the other. So it's really great to have a video so that once you're back home, you can kind of relax and watch your video, and you can learn and see more things that you weren't able to gather from your flight. It's also kind of fun just to make training content and videos, you know, as you're going through and becoming a pilot. It's really exciting. So a GoPro is a great resource. So if you're looking at getting someone a GoPro, I'd recommend the Hero 8 or better. So I think they're up to the GoPro Hero 10 now, but you know, the GoPro Hero 9, this is great. great. This is all you need. $289, pretty expensive, but you know, they're gonna get a lot of value out of it. If you're gonna get them the GoPro, something I would really recommend that they're gonna need is a GoPro like accessory kit. This is way they can mount their GoPro in the helicopter or in the airplane, whatever they're flying. So here is this GoPro accessory kit for the Hero 11, 10, 9, 8 for $38, and you know, it's got all of these different mounts, and you know, they'll figure out how to mount their camera inside the aircraft some way. With all of these tools, they'll figure something out. So you know, for $38, this is a really good accessory kit. I have this one and I really like it. And another really important thing, if you're gonna get them the GoPro, you're gonna want to get them this audio cable, so that way they can hear the communications with inside the cockpit as well as the air traffic control communications. They can go back through and listen to everything that was said on the radios. Really important. So this just plugs into, so this is the helicopter version, this is that or the helicopter version, there's the airplane version as well, but this plugs into the aircraft, and then they plug their headset into this adapter thing here, and then this plugs into the GoPro, so that way they can record everything. Yes, I know, quite expensive, but if you're looking for good Christmas or present ideas, this is really good stuff. One thing to go along with that is most flights are like an hour or more, training flights or just general flights. So as you're flying along, your GoPro battery is probably going to die. They're not that good. So what you're going to want to get them is a power bank. This is a portable charger, 10,000 milliamps. Any generic battery bank is going to work pretty good. This way, not only can they charge the camera and keep the camera charged, but they'll also be able to charge their phone if they're on a really long flight. And sometimes you get stuck at airports, so it's really good to just have a battery bank. And so that audio cable for the GoPro, you can also charge through that. So I know it's kind of hard to tell, but that's how I film in the helicopter. I plug a battery bank into this this little block here, and then I get audio from the USB Type-C. I also get to charge it, so it's a really great resource, this plus the battery bank. And then the final two things are, potentially if you want to get them this, it is quite expensive, but they'll get a lot of value out of it, is an iPad mini. An iPad mini is great for ForeFlight, which is an app used for navigation while you're flying. So I mean, this is great. You do not need to get them the cellular version. You can. It's a little bit more pricey, and then they also have to get a data plan with it to get that cellular, but you can just get them the Wi-Fi version, and they only need 64 gigabytes. They don't need the 256, and you can choose whatever color. But the iPad mini, these newer versions are really good. They're really capable. I would not get them the full-size iPad. It's just a little bit too big for most operations. It's pretty large. So if you want to get them an iPad, they'll get tons of use out of it. Most pilots have an iPad mini. It's just a really good, useful product. And then the final thing is, where are you going to put all this stuff? How are you going to carry this? And so just a small little bag is great. You know, their headset, when they have a headset, that headset will have a bag, so I throw some stuff in a bag, but a small little bag to just like put all your stuff in. So like this Carhartt bag, it's not too big, you know, it's just enough for your wallet, your flashlight, your phone, a place for you to store stuff while you're flying. You don't, having that stuff in my pockets just kind of annoys me, so just having something for a place to store your stuff as you walk out to the aircraft and have it somewhere contained is really nice to have. So a nice little bag is great. All right, so there you go. That is my list of recommendations of things to get pilots for Christmas or for any holiday or for their birthday, whatever. This is a good list of stuff to get. So the link to all of these will be in the description below. If you buy something, it gives me a little kickback, which I really appreciate. You can also check me out on Patreon if you want to donate. And if you found yourself enjoying this video, smash the like button, subscribe for all kinds of helicopter and aviation content, and I will see you guys on the next one. Take care.